really want, but I settle for. I just ain't that better. The widow's peak. Aim at your head when I kill a beat. Spaghetti and shells like Italy.
Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Bentley Bentay, get a dash on wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but the act no good. Send the same money to Sudan, I could probably feed the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real.
Alright, now close your eyes. Think about your wildest dreams. You ready? And you still couldn't do this.
Gangsta Brazil.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2.
It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we not to ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, we ain't taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, pretty leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Tell my sick Ellie, me I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful the people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut in both of my pockets. Me need my DNA and baby for lunch. But we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. All that them don't know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only come for the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous. You know what's up? You know what's up? You don't pretend, you don't lie, you don't be gang. You know what's up?
It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Denver...
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah. Crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. Yeah. God power from my head and my feet. Yeah. This colossal. What I say is gospel. I cook this with love. They gon' eat it up and swallow me. I'm from the ghetto, babe. Seen bodies in the street before I could tweet. I came from nothing. I turned a mustard seed into a million. In the discussion, had a TED talk with the higher me. Show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself. Can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand. Boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league. I gave my mama some racks and she asked me if I'm selling. I said, mama, please. If I was
crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Yeah, got power from my head to my feet. Yeah, run up on me, man, so you gon' see.
It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Wilson to throw right away. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for...
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. Pretty impressive play. Scrambled out of the pocket. Now, it took some guts to throw that ball because the defender was right there.
Tells you also that his offensive line understands who he is. You don't just get one block on a play. Be prepared for 2 or 3 in order to help keep the play alive and not allow for the completion downfield.
And he's got it to about the 40. The Browns at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And if we look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Let's face it, anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits in this era of high-flying offenses, that's saying something.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 34. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Chubb. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter.
And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Play action. It's Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Wilson will throw again. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
He's going to air one out.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now Wilson. That one complete to Anderson. Room here to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Wilson. Get to him as he's taken down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Williams will try again. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On second down at 4. Watson eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku, a 15-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have now moved out in front.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The Broncos on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. What? Team. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. After the interception, here's Watson sliding out of the pocket. Drops it off for Chubb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. From the gun on third, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On first down, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
On second down, there's the option going left. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
The object there was to get the ball to him on a quick slant, see if he could get loose and take one the distance. But the defense was prepared, and incompletion results.
The final shot before break. Kirkland trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Wilson to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. On first down, Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Again, Wilson. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Touchdown! J.J. Arcega-Whiteside from 8 yards out. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they get him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after after the nice catch.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the 27, Watson. Open man, it's Jalen Darden. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 131 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this one is incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Felton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Chubb on the read option. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Second and 6 with the ball on the 7. They run it again with Chubb. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Down inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 35 yards. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Broncos. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz with the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this. And look at this. They get the turnover. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Anderson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On third down, Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Alec Ingold. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. Gonna try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to... And this is going to be intercepted. picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Being chased out left. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Alec Ingold with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. This is the tight end, Njoku. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He'll get this one complete to Darden. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Here's Chubb on the read option. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On 4th down, Watson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff, because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And a pretty poor return, as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.